What's up, guys, and welcome to a bit of a channel update. It's been a minute since we've done a bit of a channel update, but a lot's changed and there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up really soon. I am thrilled, or we're thrilled, to bring you guys up to speed on.
Yeah, I've actually been really hanging out for Daniel to do this video, which is why I'm also here on camera. I've been really excited for him to we've been talking about this video for months and kind of been like a bit of a dream, imagine being able to do that, and now it's finally here. So
it's pretty crazy. So to back up a little bit, you guys might have seen a couple of months ago I did that video announcing I was going to take a short break from YouTube because everything was getting a bit too hectic, working full time, trying to get my little side business up and off the ground, and also running this YouTube channel, which does take a fair bit of behind the scenes time, although it might just be a 10-minute episode up on a Monday. There's a lot of work that goes into putting those together, which I love, but it does get a lot when you compound that with everything else.
Yep.
So taking that time off just really let me reflect and kind of plan my future a little bit. So Bianca's been saying for years, you're working too much, you've got too much going on.
Yeah. It's been, it kind of started before Carragini. When you got the D-Max is probably when this really started to ramp up. And then after Carragini, it was like, oh, I've just got to edit the videos.
I know, I always kind of thought that there'd be, a quiet patch coming soon, that right now was just the moment that it was busy, but it became quite apparent that things are only getting busier and busier, which is really exciting. It means obviously the channel is going well, the little side projects are also starting to build up as well, which is also very exciting for me. So kind of had to make a decision on what the future was going to look like, which you guys might have already seen what that is based on the thumbnail of this video.
Finally listened to me when I said something's got to give, and it's going to be either the quality of the work you're doing at your job, or the quality of work you're doing with YouTube, or your quality of your own health. And in all honesty, I think all aspects probably took a bit of a hit because no one can sustain that amount of work. I'm not joking. Daniel was working starting his normal job from 8 a.m, working till 4, coming straight home, and then he'd be straight onto work from 5 p.m. And I'm not joking and I'm not exaggerating when I say he would work non-stop all the way through to 12 or 1 in the morning, and then get up at 6 the next day and do it again.
Yeah, so it's been pretty full on. Obviously that means it's something I thoroughly enjoy, to be able to put in those sort of hours to get it to the point it is now.
A lot of dedication.
And I really want to say a massive thank you to you guys for your support throughout this channel, because that's literally what's enabled everything for me. It's you guys watching the videos, subscribing to the channel, interacting the way you guys do. That's allowed things to get to the level they have.
Yeah, and even to the point of the feedback along the way and stuff. We've learned so much just doing this stuff, and that's really helped. I know I just said that with a lot of hand gestures, but I've really tried to tone that down over the years. I guess I haven't even said what's happening. I officially quit my full-time job, which is a really, really difficult decision to come to. Finally. It was a great job, a lot of great people, some of them which watch this channel, so a bit of a shout out there. But now I'm able to put that time into really trying to get my own little videography business off the ground, something I've been working on the weekends and after work hours over the last couple of years. And also put a bit more time into YouTube, which I kind of see as part of that kind of videography avenue my life is now taking, so very excited for that. Just exciting really all around. Yeah, it is. Obviously kind of stressful and terrifying to quit a full-time job and lose that stable income when interest rates are...
This is not the time you want to quit a job to have no reliable income.
And the cost of living is as ridiculous as it is.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm very excited, very daunted as well, but I'm hopeful that things should go pretty well, and I guess time will tell, or I might be living out of the D-Max full-time because this house won't be mine anymore, but we shall see how we go.
So I guess the next logical part of this video is what's going to happen or change in the channel. So I think that's kind of where we wanted to take this video, just to help fill you guys in.
Yeah, for sure. So a couple of things, nothing too major. The first of which obviously is with more time I can be going on more trips and seeing some more of this amazing state/country.
Getting
we'll see.
More content.
Do some bigger trips. Obviously Bianca's still a bit time constrained with her job. So it might mean a few more solo trips from my end, which I'm pretty excited. I'm not excited about leaving you behind, but I'm excited about more trips in general. It did not come out right.
Leave me at home.
But something we were actually chatting about, which I am excited for, is Bianca might be able to fly up and join as a leg on a bigger trip during her free time.
It just sounds so crazy to me, because I'm who even lives that life? That's crazy to just fly up and join for the
jump
second
in the D-Max for a week
of a holiday or something. But a year or two ago, we definitely wouldn't have even thought we'd be living this life. So I don't know, a lot can change, and it's kind of we're learning to like open our views to what's possible, which is really cool.
Yeah, so super exciting. The second thing is I'm now gonna have a lot more time just to interact with you guys, both on the comments on these YouTube videos, messages through Instagram, the Instagram profile itself, which is kind of like, it's got some tumbleweeds just rolling through at the moment. So that's something I'm quite excited about, because right now you guys, sometimes you wait like a couple of weeks for me to get back to you on Instagram, which I hate, but it's just, there's no other way to manage it. Well, there hasn't been in the past, but now with a bit more time, can actually put some more effort into bits and pieces like that, which I'm pretty looking forward to as well. And number 3, and probably the biggest change from the channel's perspective, is a bit of a change in the way I approach review videos moving forwards. Now, this is something that's quite a hot topic, not just across my channel, but a lot of other channels as well. Some people either love review content and love to hear about whatever new products are out there on the market. Some people not so much, not a real big fan of the reviews, especially if the product has been provided by a company. That seems to be where it's a bit of a sore point for a few people, which is totally fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and I definitely respect that. So the way around this moving forward, so you guys don't see the content you don't want to see on the channel essentially, is my Monday regular upload, the same Monday episode time it's been the whole way through. That will now just be other videos, so it might be a camping trip, might be DIY stuff in the canopy, might be weighing the canopy setup.
Basically everything that we've already had on the channel minus the reviews.
Exactly, and then to still be able to provide that review content for those of you who are interested in seeing that content, going to be starting up something called Spotlight Sundays, which I'm pretty stoked about. I think that will work well to keep everyone pretty happy in that space. And essentially how that will work is, if on a certain week I do have something I want to provide a review on, that episode will go up on Sunday, but then you'll still get that standard Monday episode as well. That way, if you're interested in the reviews, you can check out that Sunday episode, but if not, still watch the Monday episode as always, and you'll never see another review.
Yeah. So hopefully that like sort of helps to balance out, you know, it's kind of like keeping everyone as happy as we can whilst also still developing and doing the channel the way we want. Daniel really enjoys doing the review things because it's just a cool chance to, it's not about getting free products, and we don't always get free products, but it's more just hey, I've used this for a while and I actually thought it was really, really good. Or actually, I used this, thought it was gonna be great, and it turned out to be crap. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, Daniel always likes to make content that he would like to see. For
sure, and to put it in perspective, like I probably say no to 95% or more offers that come my way.
Yeah,
and these are expensive products, like e-bikes that are worth like $4,000.
There's one that came through that was like an underwater
scooter. That was what I said no to last week. And it is tough to say no to some of these things, because just from a personal standpoint, that would be kind of fun just
some of you look at it and you're like, oh, it'd be so fun just to play with, but then you're kind of like, well, A, we probably wouldn't use it after doing a review.
Yeah, if it's something,
B, it's like getting free stuff.
If it's something I wouldn't personally go out and seek, not necessarily buy, but if it's not something that I would at least consider, I'll probably say no to it. And more strongly than that, if it's something I don't think you guys are interested in, it's an instant no. So
yeah.
And in the past also, it's been like, oh, my schedule's pretty full, so I'll say no to those projects, because there's camping trip videos or DIY projects I'm wanting to get put forward. So this is kind of a way of saying yes to those projects without it affecting the regular content schedule that you guys have been enjoying.
Yeah.
So the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is Patreon, because now we officially have one for the channel. Explore Bound is officially on Patreon. And this is something I've been really wrestling with the idea of over the past couple of years on setting one up for the channel, but it seems like the right time now with this next step and next phase. If you guys want to show some support for the channel, absolutely no obligation whatsoever. It's kind of a bit of an awkward thing, I find, to set one of these up and be like, hey, you know the stuff, you want to pay money to get it?
And you might also be like me and just have like no idea what Patreon is or was. Like, I only learned what Patreon was like a couple of months ago when Daniel was talking to me about it. Or
Bianca's going to give you the infomercial music and describe what Patreon is in 30 seconds.
Patreon is where you can subscribe or pay money to your content creators to help support whatever they're doing. The content creators get to choose what levels they put on there and what you get in return.
Wow, sounds great, Bianca. How do I get it? In a nutshell, it's just a way of providing some extra support, if you choose to the content creators you choose to follow. So me personally, I'm supporting a couple of people that I subscribe to and I value their content. So now you guys, if you choose to, have the option to do so as well for us, but absolutely zero obligation whatsoever. It's just purely there as an option for you guys. So we set up a couple of different options there. You can click the link to kind of check them out in their entirety. But the benefits are going to range from some behind the scenes content, which is stuff that probably doesn't quite make our regular episodes, to free entries into all our competitions, discounts off merch.
Might even do like exclusive live videos. I don't know how
far Patreon exclusive live streams. Yeah, so we're still kind of fleshing it out, but we have put a few options up on the website, so check out that link if you're so inclined.
And it may grow or change in time as we adapt and figure out what works well and what doesn't, because we're still learning. Obviously, I'm still learning what Patreon is, but Daniel is also still learning about just like how to give you guys the most and without kind of hindering.
All you guys need to know is that your support is massively appreciated, whether that's just you watching one single video by itself, watching all the videos, subscribing, buying merch off the website, or now subscribing to Patreon. It's all appreciated equally, and we just couldn't thank you guys enough for your support over the years. That's why we are where we are now. And
very much appreciate all of that, and also all the money that comes through all of those avenues. They all get funneled straight back into the channel anyway, to buy things like merch and equipment like the camera and the mics and tripods.
And it's expensive.
Paying for trips as well eventually. I mean, always that ends up coming out of own pocket anyway, but ideally then in the long run I'd be like, oh, awesome, okay, if we're going for this trip to make it a mini series, we can kind of, fund it with the money. So. Anyway, so the final point that we wanted to touch on in this video is an event that's coming up that probably a lot of you already know about.
Our first event.
It's our first time going as representatives of Explorebound, and we will be at the Perth 4 Drive show.
Yep, super keen. So all 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I think it's November 10, 11, 12. In Perth, the biggest 4-wheel-drive show in Perth, which we're pretty stoked about. We've been there as attendees a few times in the past, but to be there as an exhibitor is pretty exciting. We're there with MRT. They've invited us to attend at their stand, so that's where we'll be. Make sure you guys come and say hi if you're in Perth.
I think there'll be some co-branded merch with MRT and Explorebound, but we'll obviously be representing ourselves. We're just showcasing our MRT setup, I guess.
So we've got to give it a bit of a clean, because it's currently full of dirt and dust from being very heavily used. So if you guys want to come and say hi and see the setup in person and check it out, we'll be there.
Any questions? We're pretty excited. I think we're going to try and take some merch, although we've left it extremely late in organising that, so maybe we won't.
It's been mental these last few months, just getting everything organised for everything.
It's crazy. Even Danny was saying, he's like, I've quit my full-time job and I still feel like I'm not getting any more work done, but it's just because the amount of work has just ramped up. It's crazy. And it's all just timed really nicely with him quitting his job.
Absolutely.
But so we're super excited. I will try to be there on Friday. Obviously, I'm a school teacher, so maybe not, but I'll definitely be there Saturday, Sunday, and Daniel will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I assume we'll probably spend some time walking around looking at other things, but otherwise we'll be there to answer questions and say hello.
So very excited. Kind of nerve-wracking for us too, to our first live event. So please come and say hi if you're in the Perth area and you happen to be at the show. And
don't think that we don't like you if we stand there and look awkward. It's just because we're really awkward and we don't know what to say.
Just throw stickers at people.
So that should be really fun. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, super excited. And I guess we'll wrap this video up there. Obviously there's a lot more exciting stuff coming in the future, but we'll cut this video short there because there's we could talk for a few hours, and sometimes we do when we do our live streams. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and for all your support over the years. We're super excited about this next chapter.
And we will catch you guys in the next video. Happy camping.